more of the NFL on EA Sports. Taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Oilers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 40, been feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and we're never. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Taken in the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They run it for the first time to Tony Pollard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 12 carries, 57 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
On the draw, it's Pollard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Pollard. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 8 yards.
The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Houston set to take over. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. For the ball carrier. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 70 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
22 yards there, a 1st down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. A gain of 3, 2nd down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards to just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by next-gen stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. And he is Isabella. His 1st touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yeah, that's
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Good job, baby. Way to move.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Run for Pollard. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one. What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's it, baby. That's it right there.
Second quarter now, it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. That ball complete to Isabella. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives are impressive. The opening drive was that. Last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 9 yards.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
46-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
He's tackled at the...
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Fourth down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down. down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Makes the score Oilers 17. 49.
So good kick there to polish off. They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. They'll look to throw now on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
2 yards to go.
Got his target, Samuel. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Broncos who have the lead in the second quarter. The Broncos trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. David Montgomery with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check on the Saints at home at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. The Saints trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for... Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. And it'll bring up a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. The way to create that type of yardage in your running game.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold them just a couple and force a 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave them looking at a 4th and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And his kick here is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
They're on 25-yard line.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. And that's incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver, third down here.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Jawan Kinlaw on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. At the 49ers 22.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the home team here, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.